So, happy Halloween, everyone. It's that time of year again, where we talk about ghouls and goblins and monsters and evil spirits, witches, and...
Monsters! Ha! It's from the movie we just watched.
We watched a movie called Frankenstein. Nay, it's a little bit earlier. I don't know what I'm saying.
You don't have to do that.
Frankenstein is something, it's young Frankenstein is the movie we watched.
Little boy Frankenstein.
Little blue boy Frankenstein.
We've all seen this hundreds of times.
Yeah, it's Halloween and we need to pick a movie that's Halloween.
No. You needed to pick a movie, and you couldn't think of anything else.
There wasn't, okay, so what, tell me, down in the comments below, tell me what's a Halloween movie that's good.
But Levi, it's got to be a movie that you've seen, that you're
And it's got to be a movie I've seen, so only pick ones that I've seen. Okay, so we watched Young Frankenstein. It's a great movie. I enjoyed it. What did you guys think?
Yeah.
It's really good. I love it.
One of my favorite comedies. Gene Wilder, one of my favorite comedic performances, possibly my favorite comedic performance.
That goes without saying.
I was actually kind of thinking that he was a little bit more reserved this time.
Really?
In this movie.
To begin with, probably.
Instead of Wilder. He was more reserved.
That's what he was doing.
That's all I had.
I knew he had an angle somewhere. I was like, where is it going to come up?
But actually, his acting was good. He played a lot of parts fairly straight. And
even the straight parts he played, like, a bit sideways.
Is Levi getting in your head?
I guess it's spreading. The infection is getting.
They
into
hooked
my
us
head.
up to the machines, and I whenever.
Transferred part of your brain to his.
Yeah.
I think this movie is really interesting because it's like a spoof on those monster early Universal movies, but also kind of functions as like a pretty good sequel to the story of Frankenstein. It follows kind of the same beats of what happens in that story, but also does its own thing with it while being a comedy at the same time.
Yeah.
And it emulates everything really well. Like the production design looks really good, and the black and white cinematography looks really good. And so it doesn't feel like it's like a cheap comedy. It's like it feels like there's like some passion behind it. That's what I like a lot about it, is that it feels like a movie that's also a spoof movie.
Well, and it's filmed the way that an old school film, like you were saying with the black and white, like the way that they play with shadows and the long sort of the long shots that they do of a scene, because older movies seem a little more play-like.
Yeah.
Because the performances are extended out as if it's a stage performance.
Yeah, and the camera moves slowly at times, so it's building up suspense, even though this is a comedy. It's it's interesting. Yeah, I like that about it. It's also really funny.
Yeah, it holds up still remarkably well.
Yeah, it's a lot of I don't know, just funny how people are acting. There's one scene with the villagers where they do a close-up of one of the guys, and he plays it straight. He's like, let's kill him. Yeah, kill the monster, and it's just hilarious. I don't know.
Well, that's what it's like them taking it seriously at times makes it funny, because it's this is actually kind of good. This is a good sequel story. These villagers don't like that he's trying his grandfather's work again, so they're pissed. I always forget about the inspector guy.
Oh.
And when he showed up, I was like, oh yeah, him. With his wooden arm.
There's so many jokes in this movie and in Mel Brooks movies in general where there's no purpose to the bit except for the bit itself. That's so much of what I love about this movie. Specifically, like Marty Feldman's character is amazing.
He's his performance is, I feel like, the one performance feels like a spoof comedy.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
he's winking at the camera like like every other scene. And he was playful on set, switching his hump around without telling the other actors and all that. And they just kept it in because it was funny.
I forgot about the part when Madeline Kahn's character comes in, and first he like basically hits on her, like repeating what Frederick says to her, and then like plays it off, and then he starts like biting on her like fox like scarf or whatever.
He just takes it just that one step too far.
Dude, it's amazing. I love it. That's like, ooh, yes, so funny.
Yeah. And you mentioned he winked at the camera a few times. Are you sure he winked at the camera or just off to the side of the camera? Which way was he looking?
That's rude.
Have some respect for the dead.
Hey.
We don't condone any of that. We respect people and their uniquenesses.
You mentioned Madeline Kahn, who only has a couple scenes in this, but she's really funny. I like her in everything I've seen her in.
Mm-hmm.
Hasn't been that much, but she's really funny. And then Clarice Leachman's also really great.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, it's not just them being funny. It's like they're like actual good performances. Like that's the thing. It's like it feels like more than just a little spoof comedy.
Yeah, there's the part where they're like going back and forth talking, and they're like this close to each other about to kiss or whatever, and like I don't know how they didn't start laughing at that point. It was like, but they were like the professionals, I guess. But it's just funny.
I'm sure there was like a few takes where they broke.
Yeah, like when he gets her hair in his face and he's like spits it out.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would just start laughing at those type of spots.
That's the type of professionalism to like, even if something like that happens, you adapt and you play along, like with what happened with the hump, or like with the little boa getting in his mouth, and he's like, you know, like he's so good that he can play it off and like run with the scene, you know, and just like as if nothing is wrong. It's great.
There's the problematic scene that shows up in the movie.
Which one?
The monster with Madeline Kahn. It's like one of the last scenes of the movie.
Yeah.
When he steals her away and makes not so sweet love to her.
Okay.
That just feels a little, you know, I don't know. It's one of those things where it's, you know, having to, you know, like when you watch it, you're just like, oh, it just feels a little uncomfortable at this point.
Okay.
I guess it's just me.
No, I feel it.
That's like the only part of the movie that I'm kind of like, if this got cut, that'd be okay.
Yeah, I guess anything else you guys want to add to it? If not, then we could do.
It's such a short episode.
That's
Do you
fine.
not have anything else?
It says 14 minutes.
Do you not have anything else you want to talk about?
I don't know. It's Happy Halloween.
Host with the most over here.
Welcome to our video.
Oh my God.
I already said that. Would you guys like some drinks? I got hors d'oeuvres.
It's just like you chose this movie,
I did. This was on top of my list.
and like I really want us to have a really good episode here, and you just like I felt like I was hosting most of this episode.
Well, maybe because it's your apartment, that you felt ownership of this. I don't know.
I'm honestly just like I just want you to host. That's all I want. And when we get together and we watch a movie together,
Yes.
I just hope that when you're watching it, you pick out things that you're like, oh, that would be good to talk about.
I did.
And you maybe mentioned one thing, and then you kind of were just like, yeah, to what we were saying. And so,
Do you know me, Keegan?
yes, I do.
That's what I do. I say, let's
No.
do this, and then I...
Levi, most of your episodes are the best episodes, and I'll say that. Like, I'm okay with saying that. Even like, and then mine are the second best, and then Chris's are usually worse. And I just like I expect more from you because your episodes are usually the better ones. And when we go through an episode like this, and you just don't bring much to the table, like it pisses me off.
I just didn't bring anything to the table, kind of like what I do when I watch these movies and have our reviews. I'm sorry, it's just who I am. You knew this. You've known me for like 30 years or something.
Yeah.
He always does this. He's gonna storm off. He's gonna storm off.
We're done, huh?
He's gonna storm. So, hey, we got. Do you guys want to do like a thumbs up, down? What do you guys want to do? Go, Keegan.
Despite the one scene where it's a little uncomfortable, I still give this movie a 2 thumbs up. I think it's hilarious, and it just feels really genuine, and it's a good watch.
Chris.
I'm going to give it 2 thumbs up. Gene Wilder is great. I love everything that he's in. And Marty Feldman was a great supporting role, and I think everybody did really well on this movie. So yeah, 2 thumbs up.
Cool. So, kind of a sad thing, but this movie is about having second chances at life and not dying. And before this recording, Keegan and Chris were talking about how everyone in this movie is dead right now, and so that's pretty sad. But I liked it, and it's still a classic movie, and I give it 2 thumbs up.
Oh.
And I was curious what you guys think. Let us know in the comments below. And which character would you have a role in Hay with? Down. Let us know in the comments below.
Madeline Kahn.
Bye.
Levi, most of your episodes are the best episodes, and I'll say that. Like, I'm okay with saying that. Even like, and then mine are the second best, and then
That's very true. That's very true.